Also tonight, it's been more than 3 years since an Ohio inmate was put to death. And in less than 24 hours, condemned child killer Ronald Phillips is set to be the first executed since the death penalty was put on hold. Now, Phillips is scheduled to be put to death tomorrow morning, 24 years after he was convicted of raping and killing a 3-year-old girl. Executions in Ohio have been on hold since 2014. That was the state's first and only use of a 2-drug method, in which the man being executed took more than 20 minutes to die. Since then, the state has had trouble finding new supplies for drugs or of drugs for lethal injections until now. NBC4's Courtney Yoon joining us live from the Supreme Court of Ohio with why opponents of the death penalty believe Phillips should not be put to death. Courtney?
Mark, this morning, Ronald Phillips was moved to the so-called death house in Lucasville, awaiting his execution tomorrow morning. He'll be the first Ohio inmate to be put to death since another inmate took more than 25 minutes to die back in 2014. Opponents of the death penalty say it's an unfair and broken system, but experts say it's unlikely that the Supreme Court will intervene.
I think the failure of the death penalty has been proven so many times that it's beyond debate at this point.
Director of the Ohio Public Defender's Office, Tim Young, says the death penalty is unfair and rarely imposed on the worst of the worst.
And we can't seem to carry it out very successfully without engaging in behaviors that we have condemned people for. Horrible pain and suffering during the killing process. That's why we're killing them. We're supposed to be better than them.
Ronald Phillips has asked the U.S. Supreme Court for more time to appeal Ohio's lethal injection method. On Monday, 15 pharmacology professors argued that the sedative used in the process is incapable of inducing unconsciousness, carrying too high of a risk of preventing severe pain. Phillips also argued he shouldn't die because he was only 19 when he committed his crimes.
So as a whole, we are feeling incredibly saddened and depressed that we are going to re-engage in a process that we know fails, and we have done zero to fix.
Phillips' execution is scheduled for tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Live in Columbus, Courtney Yoon, NBC4.
Courtney, thank you. And NBC4 will have full coverage as the state is set to resume the death penalty. Download our new NBC4 News app for any breaking news updates on the execution or any possible last-minute appeals.